Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
This is a coursework presentation. This is Group 6, presenting International Procurement Management. My name is Namaganda Ritah, presenting on behalf of Group 6. And our question is as follows. Using examples, discuss the lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic for the firms that engage in global value chains. And as we all know, global value chains refer to internationally distributed activities involved in the production process of goods and services from design to distribution. Unlike traditional supply chains, GVCs involve specialized tasks across countries and firms. Rather than producing the entire product in one country, it's normally distributed amongst different countries for higher efficiency, better quality, improved customer relationships and service, faster production cycles, reduced costs, and overall financial performances. So the COVID-19 pandemic had enormous disruptions to GVCs, resulting in increased shipping costs, curtailed of essential medical goods, and widespread industry impacts due to global lockdown and social distancing measures. China, as we all know, is a major manufacturing distribution hub, experienced a substantial disruption due to its lockdown measures. This had far-reaching consequences for global GVCs, as many manufacturers and distributors snuggled to replace inventory and equipment. The pandemic spread led to challenges in developing goods globally, as seaports, airports, and industrial activities were impacted by restrictions and lockdowns, causing widespread supply chain disruptions. But to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on business activities, players in logistics, transport, and supply chain industries should implement innovative measures such as inventory management and distribution, supplier diversification, supplier chain transparency, localized production, and nearshoring, sustainability initiatives, and strategic partnerships across the value chain. In summary, COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the vulnerabilities of global value chains and underscored the importance of implementing resilient strategies to mitigate disruptions and ensure the continuity of business operations. So below are some of the lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic for firms that engage in global value chains. Often global value and supply chains have been used interchangeably. However, the term value chain refers to the process in which internationally connected businesses add value to the production, manufacturing, the process to create a finished product, up to a point where it consumers. Entire process involving activities of getting a product or service to the final customer.
On the lessons, the first one is the need to create more revenue streams. Some businesses had no choice but to find new ways to generate revenue when lockdowns and quarantine made their original business plans impossible. For example, Copper, one of the companies primarily in the solar industry in Uganda, embarked on selling smartphones as an extra source of income. The next is reducing of dependency on one supplier through supplier diversification. Companies that heavily relied on a single supplier for critical items were left vulnerable to various risks, like production halts, quality issues, and price fluctuations. For example, the firms that deal in the back-end hospitality and were importing their raw materials, the foodstuffs from Ukraine and Poland, they faced the challenge when there was total lockdown. As a result, the prices went high and there was scarcity. The third lesson was need for adoption of new technologies, internet, and social media. The pandemic forced many businesses to establish their online strategies. Firms have also learned to appreciate these technologies like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Meet for information sharing, training, and meetings with their stakeholders. The next is make resources more accessible. Part of being able to stay agile in ensuring team members have access to resources they need, even when they are not at the office or store. In Uganda, most privately owned farms and government agencies, they resorted to having their employees work online from the seclusion of their home. Next, we are going to look at the strategic options that can be designed and implemented by organizations to survive demise in the future of such or a worse pandemic.
Strategy number 1 is explore supply alternatives by multiple sourcing. Many farms that majorly source their supply of raw materials like fuel and wheat from Europe are considering looking at alternative sources from Asia, the Middle East, and within Africa. A case in point is Uganda. In Uganda, fuel farms in Uganda are alternatively sourcing from other suppliers like Saudi-based industries in Saudi Arabia as an alternative. The next point, investment in supply chain technology. A significant investment has been tailored to new technology. The technology ensures seamless continuity even when there are disruptions in the process and challenges to people accompanying their work. A case in point, many companies in Uganda, many companies like Jumia and Cafe Javas have gone digital to take their operations online. Next, develop a supply chain resilience or business continuity management strategy. Resilience refers to the ability to withstand adversity and cope with unexpected interruptions. It ensures that breaks or interruptions in the supply chain are not fatal because of the existence of the business continuity plan for production, investment, and logistics.
The next strategy, we're looking at enhancing cross-functional collaborations. Reacting to the pandemic outbreak requires a huge mobilization across teams in organizations in different divisions, functions, work alongside each other, constantly collaborating and communicating to make sure that there are no gaps or separate teams working on the same issue. This is a significant factor to be able to react quickly and effectively to crises. However, collaboration should not only be limited to emergencies, but rather should be built into normal operations or processes. Building the collaboration into design flow production. To enhance collaboration, organizations should invest in enterprise resource planning systems that promote seamless information flow among the various sectors. At the next point, the other point is shift toward more sustainable and resilient global value chains. This was at the core of discussion among governments and business leaders during COVID-19. The pandemic may catalyze supply chain changes that were already underway by promoting nearshoring and regionalizing of supply and production networks. More extensive supply and policymakers all have a key role to the creation of more and better jobs. In conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic has been a profound disruptor for firms engaged in global value chains, exposing vulnerabilities and necessitating strategic adaptations for resilience. From supplier diversification to supply chain transparency, from localized production to digitalization, firms have learned invaluable lessons on mitigating risks and ensuring that proactive strategies such as scenario planning, risk management, and broadening revenue streams will be crucial for organizations to not only survive future pandemics, but also thrive amid this uncertainty by investing in sustainability, resilient business models, and robust healthcare protocols. Firms can strengthen global value chains, contributing to a more resilient and adaptive ecosystem. Thank you so much.